are you?
Good.
Did you see this? We'll have this consent under the personnel.
Yeah, no, okay, so we're just talking about that. Do we need to acknowledge that, or is that just us to?
Oh, absolutely. No, I never did.
Right, right, correct,
Took
yes.
over, yep.
It would not be part of that list.
Am I on there?
You're on there.
Good.
You're in.
I didn't know the door would pull back.
I thought you were locked in there.
Shush. Eyes full.
He's
Mouth
more,
shut, eyes full.
he's more in from last night, it's fine.
Because Jack is far too little for some.
Yeah, but where do you?
See my screen? Are you seeing my screen?
No,
That's
we're in
not-
a waiting room right now.
I don't see this.
I don't understand.
I'll go out there.
Jill.
Hey.
You can recognize.
Am I supposed to click
So
on?
are they just like click on something
Yeah.
there?
Hey,
good, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, well, I
Okay.
I just hit the,
Just go check.
Sounds good.
That's where I was looking for.
Yeah, you can
Wow.
go get a
They have
permission
a
sound. We'll just recognize that. So no action.
Yeah, yeah.
No water.
I feel like it's been so long.
I think I do.
Hey, just so you know, slow is going.
We finished up that. Stick over.
AI.
So good.
Yeah, so it is. I was wondering.
Yeah.
Wait, what, there's a new one started?
Yeah, so my cousin's
How
on.
did I miss
Yeah, 'cause
that?
she's got
My
that
cousin's
really
on,
rough kind of coronary.
No, they're not.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. So then the crazy
Oh.
thing is, though, his dad died in a. And so then I was like, oh, that's when he's done. And then I'm like,
Hello.
I think they need to sign the NDA, so you can't answer
Like the
any
beer.
questions.
Pretty good.
And I was like, oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that
They said,
for this.
like,
Oh
we
my
lived through
goodness.
this
Your
before.
beer.
Oh,
Like, all
okay.
those
Yeah,
years.
that's-
And I'm
I was like,
I know.
holy
Did you sign
shit.
the NDA? She goes, what's that? I'm not remember when, like, is he engaged, like, is he married? Because he always sees them was not until he dies.
Oh my god.
Like, he has that, right, right,
It's like,
right, yeah. It's yes, so he's on Love and Blind. Season 8.
What's his last name?
I know, totally out of my
Okay, all right.
made myself a cup of coffee.
Yes, it was Lincoln, yeah. Sarah.
Looks like you and I remember building rebels.
Sarah, yeah, Sarah. Is his oldest, so she's probably like, Jade is her father.
Oh, sure.
Maybe yes, no, that's crazy, my dad died.
Yeah.
And then, but, yeah, before he was away, with all the people around, that basically show, and it's that, and Lisa said he's gonna go to Minneapolis.
And incredible minor.
I can make this work, but to find out, it's a little bit deeper than that, and he's finding love, and he goes, we told him, oh, you'll be sad, since you're so good at the arts, I'm gonna be a director, we're gonna be on Netflix, and we're joking about it. And then I'm like, oh,
I know, he is.
I said, it's actually funny, he goes, oh, so much that day.
If I have
He goes,
to know about
and
it.
I
In fact, I
go,
went
well,
to-
does you have an in for Netflix now? And he goes, yeah. He goes, we have the craziest story ever. And I go, yeah. And then he goes, it's not gonna be right after the board on this one. Like, yeah, he's like, I'm there.
Of course.
Yes, it's season 8. We're a little behind. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, I love those kind of hilarious.
Yeah, she actually wants to right now. She lives up the street from me. She married Elizabeth. So yeah, she lives right next to me. Yeah, I see her. Yeah. And I suppose like right now I could, there's a new tab that my Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's what it is. But then it was so funny, because then my mom's like saying all this stuff, I'm like, oh, I go, Mom, and you guys, I mean, quiet for a whole year, just because I want to go this long cheering. And I was like, putting that on your teacher.
That's funny.
I know,
That's funny.
I'm like,
Oh, she's in.
I guess, forget that.
How are you?
There's like also
Yeah, there's a.
That's one of like the 5 shows I watch on my show.
I know.
Yeah.
I had never heard of it.
So you're not watching it because it's hilarious.
It is, it
There's,
is.
it's more funny when they see each other and they're like, oh,
And
and
then
then they separate and they're like, oh.
I know.
And I'm like,
She did not look like you.
yeah. Well, it's
They
not
don't,
mine.
like, cause they don't know what either of them.
They literally talk through a wall. Like it's like a wall you can hear through. Yeah, so they go on like 10 dates after 12 weeks together. It is addicting. I do kind of like let it just play in the background and just kind of listen. I don't sit like until they date, like until they meet, and then I watch. Yeah.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Randall?
Here.
Greenway? Yes. Mueller? Here. Schill? Sarda?
Here. We do have a quorum, so moving on to item number 2, the approval of our agenda.
A motion to approve the agenda?
Second. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mueller?
Yes.
Greenway? Yes. Crandall?
Yes.
Sarda?
Yes. Item number 3, approval of the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes of our January 13th, 2025 regular school board meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Greenway? Yes. Crandall?
Yes.
Mueller?
Yes.
Sarda?
Yes. Item number 4 is our conflict of interest. At any time, if we have a direct or indirect conflict, now is the time to present. Hearing none, we'll move on to our consent agenda. There has been another addition on our consent agenda, our resignations and terminations. So assuming that as part of our consent agenda, it's an action item, so I'll entertain a motion.
I move we approve the consent agenda with the addition.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Crandall?
Yes.
Mueller?
Yes.
Greenway? Yes. Sarda?
Yes. Our next item, I believe, is our public comment. Through all those pages. Everybody sign up for public comment. Okay. Move on to item number 7, our good news and student achievement. So Mr. Mitchell and Dr. Olson.
Good evening. Just going to share a couple of things that are happening at Beadle School. One, last week we had our Super Bowl food drive. That's kind of been a tradition for us at Beadle, where we do a food drive for the contact center prior to the Super Bowl. I don't have to start over, do I?
Nope.
We set a record with over, right around 4,100 items collected for the contact center, so that was a lot of fun to be able to deliver that with our student council and have the workers at the contact center be very excited about what they're able to provide to our community. Then our student council gets a tour of the contact center after that and learns how that helps our Yankton community, which is very nice. Then on Friday night, we had a bingo night that was sponsored by our parent organization, which is called BEST, our Beadle Educational Support Team. And we always have a very good attendance for that. Lots of families having fun. playing bingo together, and so just a very fun family night. And I don't have the official statistics yet from our second round of parent-teacher conferences, although I can confidently say we had well over 95% of our parents come and join for parent-teacher conferences. And when I'm around our parents, I like to congratulate them on that, because I think that's awesome, and it doesn't happen everywhere when we have that kind of buy-in and parents being actively engaged in their kids' education. So that's wonderful. Any questions for me?
Just a question on the super drive. Was it just all soups, or was it just anything that they could bring in?
So, yeah, it's soup. We had a tower of ramen noodles, you know, and the kids kind of like to see that build up every day. One of the things that we collected this year was hygiene items as well. So your shampoos and body washes and toothpaste, those are things that I think the contact center has to buy. So they were happy to have all those items. So just kind of a combination of items, but each thing that they bring is worth 1 point, and to get over 4,100 is fantastic.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening. Well, 5th grade and 6th and 7th grade registration has been completed at the middle school. It's crazy. We're already on to the next 25-26 school year. But what I'm really here for tonight is, I don't know, I'm going to date myself, but I had Bob Medic as a science teacher at the high school. I've never had anybody more excited about science until I've met Mrs. Melhoff. So if you ever go into Mrs. Melhoff's room, she is very excited. Whenever I go in, I feel like I should be joining in with everything. I learned so much about physical science every day. But she was awarded the SDSTA Physical Science Teacher of the Year, and I just have her here, and I want to congratulate her and make a notice. Super proud of her.
Thank you.
We'll move on to subject B, which is we whipped past this in our consent agenda, but just taking time to acknowledge some of the retirees that we have from this district. Overall, this year, we will have over 200 years of teaching experience leaving us. And so many of these will be leaving such a void for us. But we are eager to see you do what you want to do in the next phase. But I know that we have a few here tonight. One, Lynn Mosier, if you can stand, Jill Mickelson, and Keith Hayden. And you three alone are over 76 years. That's pretty amazing. But I just want to take a time to really just let you know how much we've appreciated your time here and what you've done, what you've added to the culture, and what you've done for our students. Just personally, I know some of you have taught my children, and I've appreciated what you've done and how you've helped them move on to the next level in a very good way. So just thank you from the entire school district for everything you've done, and I know you just represent some of the retirees, but thank you very much.
I'd like to add a personal note too, knowing all of you folks as colleagues. And I was sitting down back there some 12, 13 years ago, hard to believe, when I retired. And I know it's just mixed feelings. And I just want to congratulate you. And every year when we lose you all, and for your retirement, the years you put in, you replace the person in the classroom, but you cannot replace that rapport with the students, and that experience. And that is so vital. And I know all three of you, and I know the others that are retired too, and I don't know, I know we'll without you, we'll soldier on, but, you're so valuable to us, and you leave too early, so thank you again so very much.
Okay, I want to take this opportunity to recognize our school board, and actually we're a week ahead of this. Next week is actually our time that we recognize our school board members in the state of South Dakota. But since we had no meeting, and I know that they didn't want to have a special meeting for that, thought I'd recognize them tonight. And once again, we appreciate everything that they do. And it's not an easy job. And they oftentimes hear more than what you think they hear. And they are so good about the school. They support our teachers. They support our coaches. They support our administrators. They're good listeners to the public. And they weigh all that out for what's in the best interest of kids in the end. And so I'm really thankful that I work with this group of school board members. I've had a great school board member since I've been superintendent, and from each one of them, I've learned something from all of them. And I appreciate all of them in just very different ways at different times. And I just, again, want to thank you all. And got a gift for you next week, but not this week. So thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, you make our jobs as administrators and teachers, you just make what we do, I don't want to say so easy, but you give us so much pride in what we're involved in because of what you all do to commit and what you do for our schools. We very much appreciate that. Okay, we're moving on to item 8 is the Eastern and South Dakota Food Group.
This is just a yearly renewal. We pull with 4 different schools. The 4 schools are Brandon, Brookings, Mitchell, and ourselves. And it kind of gives us the power to get the best price, kind of go with large amounts, and you're pulling all together and you get really good prices for food service. So it's a really good group to be part of, and we renew it every year. Brookings is our district that kind of manages it all. But we're one of the 4 schools that are part of it. And so we're just I just wanted to explain it a little bit because it ends up every year, but just kind of let you know what this is, and it's an important buying group, a pool. So it's just an action to, again, continue with the yearly renewal.
So it's more like just buying in bulk. So
yeah, and it gives you better prices. So
pricing rates.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know it's typically just in our consent agenda, but that is important to just show the public how much effort we spend in trying to get the best prices and doing the best we can with this taxpayers' dollar.
Yeah, and the food program does a great job at that, so this is part of that, helps us with costs.
All right, this is an action item, so I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the following resolution and authorize membership in the ESD FBG.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mueller,
Yes.
Greenway,
Yes.
Randall,
Yes.
Sarda.
Yes. Item number 9, our curriculum and technology spotlight.
Good evening. I am here tonight to give you an update, specifically from our Forward 2029 strategic plan. We have a category under there, family and community engagement. And the item I'm going to show you tonight fits under there. It actually fits 2 of our objectives in that plan. So the first objective is we've been working really hard with the school since the implementation of that plan to continue to improve the clarity of communication channels to actively engage families and the community as ongoing partners. And then also one of our other objectives is to strengthen the collaborative partnerships between the district and our community. And today we just launched a platform called Peach Jar. So it does have a unique name. I'm not really sure, I didn't dig into where the name came from, but I'm going to share with you how Peach Jar is going to help us to accomplish those 2 objectives in our strategic plan. So just launched today, everybody received a message about noon today that Peach Jar went live. Peach Jar is a good tool, a platform tool to connect our schools and families by streaming our communication through what you might think of like a virtual bulletin board, okay? So no more will we find in the bottom of our kiddos' backpacks flyers that maybe are old and they're crumpled down there at the bottom, or, oh mom, I can't find that flyer, or oh mom, I forgot that one at school, or oh shoot, we missed that one. So Peach Jar can make that process more efficient for our families and our community so they can see those flyers in real time. So we just launched this. There's multiple places for us to locate this on the school website. But besides that, we've opted all of our families, based on their information in Infinite Campus, we've opted all of our families into receiving messages. They should come out once a week as long as your school has a flyer to share. And so today, I just got a message as a parent saying, middle school, it was an email, it says, update, 1 new school flyer for your child at the middle school. And it gives me a little synopsis. And this is an image, otherwise I would click right here and go to that school page as well. Okay? So places you can find Peachjar besides getting a direct email. So on our school website, you could go to Parents, and under this Communication button, and you'll get to the Peachjar page. Okay, there's one avenue. Also for community partners, because our community partners are often where our flyers come from, they can go to the Community button, and then click Peachjar from there. Also, it's in the menu under Communications. And then lastly, we just pushed it out as an announcement today. So here it is, lots of places to go to find the exact same page. Okay, so here's our page about Peachjar. So parents, your avenue to look at Peachjar is to see what flyers the school is sending home instead of trying to find them in your kiddo's backpack. Community members, you might want to see if you could get a flyer added to the school. So it has the information about how to send in that flyer through Peachjar to be approved by Mr. Flemish. And then I'll show you what it looks like. So this is more information. Say I want to go to the middle school to check out that flyer, go to middle school, and I can look at the flyers that are specifically located at the middle school. This one was obviously district-wide pushed out, but then I also can click here, and if there's any community flyers, they're gonna show up here. So it's just an efficient way to find that information about activities and newsletters. Like this one is registration night for junior K and kindergarten. We recently just released this logo, so it's pretty cute. We're pretty proud of that for Trailhead Learning Center. And ultimately, Peachjar is to improve that communication between all of our partnerships, families, and community. Any questions?
How does it, if I'm outside and I'm looking at maybe moving here and I'm looking at the website, what's telling me that Peachjar is the information of where I need to go? I mean, it was kind of like, you don't know how it got its name. I wouldn't think that, oh, Peachjar, yeah, that'd be the flyer, you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, so that, great question. Why? Twofold. On the website, I put it under the menu. It will pop up on every school's menu page. And it's right under communication, so that's the signal like, hey, it's something about communication from the school district. Also, if parents go directly to the Stay Connected page, which is linked under parents as well,
Okay.
you can see a little synopsis of what Peachjar is.
Got it. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Item number 10, we're moving on to our reports about the Trailhead Learning Center. We're getting to our IT plan.
Nicole, I had a follow-up question. On the Peachjar, it's on the app, right? If they download the app, it shows up in the menu items there, right? Or not? She's gonna check while I talk. Great. Okay, we are close to taking over the new building out there. You walk out there and it's pretty quiet now, not a lot of construction going on. It's mostly just cleaners and painters kind of cleaning up the dings here and there, and there's a little blue tape everywhere they have to go back and fix something. So there's a lot of those, but they're coming down now. But so the tech department's been out there kind of a little bit each day for the last week or so, kind of checking on things and getting things ready. Our big thing is for the 27th, February 27th, when, you know, the early childhood screening, everything, we kind of want as much technology available out there, so it's kind of a showcase before we do our last big, you know, public show for the open house. So a few things that are done out there. The intercom, I think, is basically done. He's been out there working pretty hard on that. The only thing he can't do is test completely with our phone systems. Like now, secretaries can call and do an overhead call. We don't have our phone system in place yet. So as soon as we can get the upgrade down here at the admin building, which has been bumped 3 times, 4, I think. So as soon as we can get that done, then we'll add on Trailhead Learning Center, and then we can test intercom and phone systems and kind of get that going. Speaking of the phone systems at Trailhead, there is a new phone number that is for Trailhead, a new one. I think it's published on the site somewhere, but our plan is to roll the current Webster number over into the Trailhead, so if somebody dials Webster, it's not gonna go, sorry, disconnected, it'll roll into the Trailhead. So I think a lot of people in the community will just expect that, but we had to establish a new number to kind of make that work. Network-wise, what we've been doing, we have the wired network up and running. Chris is working on getting the back section. The gym, there's a network closet back there that kind of powered that half of the building. He was close on that today, so hopefully we can get that going. But we do have the main network closet up and going. That was our priority because we needed to be able to connect all the security items, and especially the HVAC controls or Johnson controls. Especially this week so they can keep the heat on, because the temporary heat and all that kind of stuff, they've removed most of that equipment. So that's all connected, we can do that. And as we go through, we'll start connecting offices and things like that. Wireless, we do have some coverage out there. Again, we have to wait for that back closet to be powered up, but as we go through and hook up different equipment, we'll need the wireless in the building. So that'll be our next priority, is kind of going through and getting those wireless access points set up. And again, February 27th, that's kind of our, make sure most of the things are up and running. Security, ITS, our badge, fob, and camera vendor, they've been out there. All their wires were run they've been running probably a month and a half. They've been done running those. And now they're starting to hook up the fob readers at the doors and the entrances to the houses, things like that. So they'll probably be up tomorrow, I think. That might be weather dependent. And they do have 2, if you look at the front of the building, 2 outside cameras that look like the whole place is being monitored. They're not hooked up yet, don't tell anybody. But it looks like they're being monitored. But my assumption is some of those will be up and running by the end of the week. So we'll have some security, because right now I walked in this morning, it was super quiet. There's kind of a ghost building out there. So we want to have that security up and going as soon as we can. And the big thing started today. Our Promethean panels, John and Chris and I moved all those out there on Friday, and they started installing those today, and I think they will be done with the kindergarten classrooms probably about now. We're going to call it a day about 5. So they'll get about half of those done, and hopefully, again, weather depending, they'll come back and finish those tomorrow. So that'll be one big checkbox we can make on that. So that's kind of where we're at. Questions? Nicole, you have an answer?
Not yet.
Okay, Nicole is researching.
So I'm hoping
I
when
do
you
have
build
an
it, it's
answer.
much more
Not yet.
efficient for you to do the technology than you have in some of these other buildings.
Yes and no. We are still, we've been contemplating how to do it. Like, so in a network closet, it tends to get extremely messy. Like spaghetti wire, if you've never seen one this bad, they can get horrible because, I need this to run and put it over here. So we're attempting to make a very hard, solid, that's a wireless access point. Here's the color of wire it gets. It's a Promethean panel. Here's the color of wire it gets. It's a printer. Here's the color. Because it just makes it easy to go in and like, I don't know which wire that is. So we're really gonna spend a lot of time making that nice and clean. And it's difficult to do in an existing building because you're retrofitting, and hopefully with the brand new construction, we can make it nice and neat.
All right,
Worthy of-
more colors out there.
That's right.
I just have one other comment. I just want to thank Matt, John, and Chris, not only for their work at Trailhead Learning Center, but they are busy all the time. There's something going on in the district, and as you all know, when even our iPhones, something happens with those personally, we panic over an iPhone. Well, just imagine what they're responsible for the entire school district. And so I just want to thank you. You do a very nice job.
Well, I want to clarify something too. The preschool registration is the 27th of February, right?
junior K kindergarten.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's just my grade, I know it's gotta be working by then, so it couldn't be a beanbag festival.
That's all I can have.
Beanbag? I know.
So, I'm sorry, kindergarten, free.
No,
No, okay.
kindergarten, junior kindergarten registration,
Registration,
student
okay.
registration.
Now to my point, this is not an open house though, right?
No.
That'll be in April, correct?
That's the April date. yes.
If anybody thinks that we go tour the building on that day, they won't be able to do that day.
Alright.
Just putting that out.
We will let our TLC staff tour that night.
Melanie, since we're on TLC, you just want to talk quickly about the postcard,
Oh, sure.
which ties into communication with TLC, and just take a moment.
Sure. Up here.
Come on, yeah, I'm done.
Unless you have other questions. Okay, thank you.
So one item that Dr. Kendall and I have been working on is a way to inform everybody about Trailhead, who's going there, when it's opening, because we still hear comments. Oh, Beadle and Webster are closing. Oh, preschool through second graders are going to be out there. Oh, everybody has something different, no matter how many things we've tried. So we thought, after all of the elections and everything last fall, how could we get information out? So we've been working with Katie Hunoff down at South Dakota Magazine, and she and her staff have created a large, like the big ones that we got during the political era, two-sided, that will go out to everybody, I believe, next week. And it will go to every household and P.O. box in Yankton. And it basically just says, Trailhead Learning Center, TLC, when it will open in August, who's going there, preschool, junior K, kindergarten, when registration is for junior K and kindergarten, when.
Open house.
Oh yeah, and then the dedication and open house is on the back side of it. So that will go to every single household in P.O. box. So everybody should at least receive the information, whether or not they read it. But we just thought it's just a good way to get rid of confusions and kind of create a little bit of excitement as well.
Melanie, I just want to say thank you to you and your staff and all the work you've done out there at that building. It's like having two jobs right now, I'm sure, for you. And so I want to thank you and everybody else involved in that process.
It's like building a house times 500. It's been fun, but it will be more fun once we're there. Thank you.
I'll add on and also say thank you, just knowing from where it started to where it's at today. I know you and all of the teachers and admin that's been involved in this. It's been such a big undertaking. I know there's been a lot of different emotions involved in it, but it's been really wonderful to get to see how it's evolved from day one to where we're at today. With that teacher involvement and again, admin and IT and every department you can think of seems to have taken some sort of step in this whole process, so thank you. It's so exciting to get to see come together, and I can't wait to see that final tour myself, so thank you.
It's definitely amazing. Okay, we are to adjournment time. I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second. Motion and second, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please. Greenway?
Yes.
Mueller? Yes. Scrabble?
Yeah.
Sarda? Yes, we are